then he needs to pack up his stuff and go.
That kind of sucks. I'm in Myrtle Beach. If you ever come this way, look me up.
I appreciate it. I'm just so overwhelmed right now. And nobody ever talks about how depressing pregnancy could be. And I'm just it's really hitting me right now, and
Emerson.
I can't even
Hey,
medicate because it's
Emerson.
illegal.
Emerson. Deep breath. It's gonna be okay.
I get it because of your friends, but you're okay.
Trying to hold it together for my daughter, and I'm completely lost it this morning.
Emerson, take a deep breath.
It's not even postpartum depression, it's prenatal depression, and I'm just over it.
Hey,
I had to
Emerson.
go off my medicine because it wasn't safe.
Emerson.
Yeah.
Take a deep breath.
And don't say this on this app. You can private message me. I live in Myrtle Beach. Watch this app.
Hey, Chastity, can you come up here real quick? I know it's early morning for you.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, so Emerson needs a friend, somebody to talk to.
Absolutely. What's going on, girl?
Everything is just going wrong. I'm pregnant, emotional, a whole mess. My husband wants me to move out.
I've been there. There's days where you think that literally everything is wrong and it can't get better, but I swear and I promise you it will. I get the pregnancy hormones. It makes it twice as bad. But you gotta focus on you.
I just want him to listen. I just want him to I want somebody to hear me and understand how I'm feeling and understand where I'm coming from, and I just feel like he doesn't. I don't know.
Men are terrible at that. I've been married for 15 years almost and together for 24. They're fucking terrible at listening.
Emerson, listen to me. You and I both have been up and down through this for 4 weeks. We've dealt with the Rebecca thing.
Have you been sleeping? Are you getting enough sleep?
No, because I'm
No,
up with the toddler all night.
which is gonna make it 10 times as worse. Your emotions are being tired and.
I've been up since 3 this morning.
Oh, honey.
I was gonna tell you my inbox is open. Also, I know you don't know me just from the last few chats we've been in together.
I appreciate it.
Look at all these people that are coming and checking on you, Emerson. You got people in your corner.
Yeah, when you went to the weren't feeling well. Sorry, not try to put your stuff all out there, but when you weren't feeling well the other night, I kept checking in. Well, not kept. A couple times I checked in with your sister. to make sure, you know, everything was okay.
I appreciate that.
I mean, I know that doesn't do nothing now. I just mean, like, I can't
Well,
imagine
but
what
it
you're
lets her
going.
know that people care, like that there's people on the outside that care and worry, and we're here for you. Like if you, my inbox is always open. Everybody knows that. And
Mine too. I don't sleep for crap.
any conversation that we would have would never go anywhere else. It would just be between me and you. Because sometimes you need that person that's not involved. Like that, there's no bias there. Like it's just somebody that can relate. And I
Sometimes
think,
it's, oh, sorry.
no, you're fine. And I was just going to say, I think all of us women, especially like that are married or, have had kids, both, we can relate.
Emerson, you got people in your corner.
I just wanted to listen for once. And like, I don't know if it's,
Hey.
I don't know if I'm so overwhelmed because his mom and his mom's moved in and his little brother moved in. I don't know if it's that and if it's because I'm like just feel claustrophobic in my own home or what, but I'm just so overwhelmed.
Emerson, take a deep breath. Look, we got Chastity up here. We got Maddie up here. They got you.
And that sounds like it definitely could be overwhelming. Seriously.
Yeah, for somebody, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I don't mean to keep cutting you
No,
off.
no, you're fine.
I have a bad habit of it. I'm sorry.
You're good.
I was gonna say, especially from like someone not even pregnant and hormones, raging. Like I don't think I could handle that. So,
Right?
And this is a small house.
Yeah.
It's not the biggest house in the world.
But listen to me, Emerson, okay? You got family who love you. You got me who really cares about you. And, even though that I've only talked to you a couple of times, you got your sister who loves you. You got people all around here. The people that thought I possibly wouldn't come around, but look at this. These people have came around not only to put difference aside for Rebecca and help us find her.
well, and there were still people on your side, Drew, when they were claiming you had something to do with it. So
I don't really care. They can claim me whatever they want.
I was just trying to like make a joke. That was not a funny. I have a sick sense of humor. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
But I just mean, like, look, all the people rallied behind you, though, like without listening to other people. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing. People need to have a mind of their own and free think and make their own decisions about people. I don't ever make my decisions based on what others think. I sit back and I watch people. And because I am a true believer that people will show you who they truly are. You just got to listen and watch them long enough.
I agree.
And honestly, I've not seen anything like really, really like terrible, terrible, terrible out of all this. I think that everybody came together for the right reason. And it was to find Becca and the baby, and we're still gonna do that. Like we're still working on things. And
Girl, you must not have been live earlier.
no, I wasn't. I was asleep. I had to sleep. I went sleep deprived for 3 weeks, and so I've literally. My husband was like, "You have got to lay the phone down at night and go to sleep."
Yeah.
So why? What happened?
Jackson pipe. They like the Santa. Yeah, people that were doing donations for
Oh yeah, I was awake for all that.
Oh, you seen all that BS?
Yeah, that's just a bunch of bullshit. I again, when you get money involved and things like that, and especially with something like that, I don't I tend to, not that I don't want to help somebody. If I want to help somebody, I will reach out and do it on my own because I've watched many times on this app things like that happen because people get jealous and they want to take credit for everything and they want to feel like, oh, well, it was my idea,
He
so
called me. Hold on. Okay, Emerson. I was just checking. Sorry.
no, you're fine.
Okay, go
Where
ahead.
did she go?
She just said he called me. Hold on, loves.
Oh, okay.
Okay, go
But
ahead.
I've seen it go wrong so many times on here, so I stay away from stuff like that. And it's not, like I said, not that I don't want to help, because absolutely I would help somebody in need at any given time, but and Jax was not in the wrong at all. I don't know what the hell that other lady was talking about.
I tried. There was too much. They were letting like too many people up and too many. It was just all hollering, and it was like, okay, I need to get out of here.
Yeah, like
That's not what it's supposed.
no, you take a good thing and you turn it into shit. Like, and I totally get why Jax told everybody to cancel everything.
Oh yeah,
You know what I
definitely.
mean?
I wouldn't want to after people accusing of it. I mean,
Exactly. At
when
that point, step away, and whoever feels that they're doing, whatever the hell they're doing, let them do it. Just let them do it. Fuck it.
yeah,
But I will say, and I've always told everybody on here, do your research before you donate.
exactly.
If you can find a way to do it straightforward where there is no third party, there's no in between, that is always what I suggest. But I just tell people to do their research.
Yeah.
Lockheeds, just give us a second. We're trying to figure out what's going on with Emerson right now.
Sounded like maybe is it her husband or boyfriend or?
Husband.
He was
Okay, he
calling.
was calling, so hopefully. It sounds like that she's got a lot going on, and I know that can be very, very stressful. Like me and my family, when my mom got sick and we didn't know what was wrong with her, like we ended up having to buy a house and us all live together. So I could totally relate. And there are times where you feel like you're literally living on top of each other. And it's hard, especially when you have in-laws or, that was a hard navigation for me and my husband, and we did that for 7 years until my mom passed. Um, that's hard.
Wow.
But I had to have a conversation with my mother in those 7 years of, you need to stay the fuck out of my marriage, because my marriage is my marriage and you're my mom, but that does not give you the right to try to get in between me and my husband. You know what I mean? It can be hard to navigate. So I get it.
It's a lot. And she's young, right? Did she say she's young? She's pregnant and she has a toddler?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it is a lot. But she's not alone.
Right. Yeah. And sometimes it's easier to talk to people, other than family. Not saying her sister or her family's anything, because her sister's very nice. I've met her also, but sometimes it is nice to talk to somebody that's not related or not right in it.
Right. Well, because like your sister, she's gonna automatically, she's gonna stick up for her. She's gonna be on her side. She's not, and not saying that that's not good. Sometimes you need that person that's not involved to give you I'm trying to think of the word I'm looking for. Um, give
I
you
don't
that
know this guy,
non-biased
but
opinion. Like, I get it, that this, on this side, this is what it is. On this side, this is what it is. And somehow y'all need to meet in the middle. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, she needs them. I feel like she needs that person that's just not in the thick of it
Yeah.
to be an outlet for her. And she can complain to, because that's hard to complain. If she's got his family living with her, she can't go to him and complain.
Or that could be a lot of the problem too.
Right.
If she
I
is going
mean,
to him and then he can't do
exactly.
anything about, like, that could be a big downfall in their relationship.
Yes. So I get it, because like I said, me and my husband had my mom in our home for 7 years, and then we ended up with his mom for 6 months until she was diagnosed with dementia, and now she's in a nursing home. We've been on both sides of that, and that's hard not to go to each other and just, totally go off about the other parent.
Yeah.
So I've been there, done it twice.
Oh my goodness.
Um,
Well, that's amazing you guys came together to do that for both, though.
oh yeah, I
Take
mean, I
special
would never,
people to
yeah.
to be caregivers, especially. I say especially for family because I feel like family is
It's
uh,
harder. It is harder. I
yeah.
can
Like
tell
I
you
took
that.
care of my mom, and yeah, it
It's
was.
hard to tell your parents no.
Oh yeah, for sure that. And then like she had a couple strokes. She was like a brittle diabetic, and
Yep.
she was in the hospital, and um
Mm,
she was like was so dehydrated because they said you can't force her to eat or drink, you can't force her to take her medication.
right.
Basically the only thing I could do was give her insulin and
Sugar, sugar.
her sugar because that's the only thing she would let me do. But she was dehydrated and they couldn't find like her veins,
Oh
so they had a
Lord.
lady come in with a Doppler, and
Yeah.
she thought that I ordered it, and
Oh.
it was like I had to walk away for a second because I was getting emotional, even though I knew it wasn't her and she didn't think that. It was just like it was like so much because she was in there for so long. I was just like, oh, it was a mess. I hated it. The nurse is like, she can't order that. That's your daughter. But yeah, it was definitely hard. And then I had to bring her, like, they wanted her to have like amputation of her leg
Oh
from the
no.
knee down because there was a bone infection, blah, blah, blah. And they said, do that and your quality of life will be better, or go home because she just wanted to get out so bad. Go home and you'll be septic. So it'll run right through everything in your body.
Right.
And that's about 2-3 weeks.
Mm.
So I talked her into if they can do it today or tomorrow, would you have it? Well, then she kind of just gave up after bringing her home. So then we had to put her on hospice, and
No.
yeah, that was hard. But
I get it. Like I said, I did it for 7 years, and I watched. I couldn't give them to get me a diagnosis in the 7 years up until a week before my mom passed away. I kept trying to tell them she has dementia. Like I'm watching her decline every day. Like I can tell my mom was always sharp as a tack. Like just, you know what I mean? Like her mental, like she was just so sharp. And I watched her every day start forgetting just regular words. Like just your everyday, refrigerator, table, whatever. You know what I mean?
did it get worse? Like, did you see bad things? Like, did she ever get any UTIs?
Oh God, she
Oh,
kept
they
one.
go like off their rocker, huh? Like,
Yes, she would keep a UTI because plus she was a bad diabetic.
oh,
Um,
yeah.
yeah,
Thank
like,
you.
and she had,
Sorry,
and
Trust,
then,
just took over your life.
No, no, no.
sorry,
You guys are good. I mean,
she forgot
Keep them.
basically how to walk.
Oh
Like,
my goodness, yeah.
so I lifted on her for that many years. Like, then she ended up in a hospital bed. So I ended up with two bad knees out of it. But it was very frustrating, especially with the doctors, them not giving me a diagnosis. And then when the C hit, we didn't see a doctor. And that's when it got really bad. And like I said, she just went downhill.
Yeah.
And then then she just quit communicating, period. I just woke up one day and she literally just stared at me like she didn't know me and she wouldn't talk.
Like she was just looking through you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep. And she went into the hospital for a week, and that's when they finally told me she has dementia, and I said, no shit. It's a little late now. And then from there she went to hospice. She lasted 9 days without any food or water. That was hard to watch.
Yeah, my mom was always like 110 pounds at the most. And she had been sick for a while. And I finally talked her into letting me take her to the hospital. And she was 78 pounds
Oh,
when we took her there. She wouldn't eat. She wouldn't drink. She wouldn't. It was bad. It was. We couldn't. Like, she's never been able to control her sugar. And so they even called Adult Protective Services. They're like, you got to control her sugar. It's like, it's never been controlled. It took for them, which we knew the lady that worked there. She knew our
right.
family and stuff. And she's the one that said, you can't force them to eat, drink, shower, nothing. And my mom was the cleanest lady, and she wouldn't let me, like, you can only do so much dry shampoo and stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It was just heartbreaking to see it. But yeah, it took for my mom going into the ICU and them not being able to regulate her sugars for it to, like, we're really sorry, you know, we couldn't get it. It's like, yeah,
Right.
she had it since she was 12, and it's, you know, the only thing that's ever worked when she's been low is orange juice with sugar in it. And they're like, no way. It's like, yeah, that's the only thing that's ever helped.
Right.
Everybody's different, and we just,
I can totally
she was,
sympathize.
it like, she was a warrior though. Like, she didn't complain ever or anything. She had like hemorrhaging in her eyes, had to have shots. I mean, it did a lot of damage to her, but she didn't, for the longest time, like her, oh, like she had to wear this big old boot because like her foot and her ankle was messed up. It was just, she never complained of pain, nothing. She was definitely a trooper. And then she wanted to smoke, in which, who am I to tell her no? And it was like sometimes she would like get it stuck to her finger where it almost like, thank you, when he poo.
Yeah.
It would almost like burn her finger, and you'd have to like hurry up and grab it. Like, oh man.
You should have been on last night. We had this lady from California. She owns a python.
Ew.
Ugh.
I'm not, I
Those
don't
dew
know.
snakes. Little, they weird me out.
Oh man.
Heart teller, trust me, I totally sympathize because yes, I totally get it. It was a lot of stress on my marriage too, those 7 years.
What's the matter?
It was hard.
Be careful. Careful
But
there.
we managed through it. I mean, um, like I said, we're gonna be married 15 years in April.
Oh wow, and you had your mom for 7 years?
Yeah,
Dang.
yeah, like halfway through. Um, yeah, but like I said, we've been together for 24.
Oh, okay.
Um, so, and we had always talked about that. Like we had already talked about our parents when they got older, things like that. Like my dad had already passed. My dad passed when I was 18, and his father ended up passing. Uh, I think it was 2017. I think it was right before we ended up bringing my mom home, like buying a house and bringing my mom in. But we'd already had those conversations, so we knew we wouldn't be sending our parents to nursing homes.
Yeah, I've worked in
Um,
those places, and I vowed if I had it my way, I wouldn't put any of my family members,
right.
even if they were good places. There's just some nurses and caregivers that just.
They don't
I
care.
mean, Courtney
They're
was a
just there because it's a
caregiver.
job.
Courtney was supposedly a caregiver. Could you imagine?
Oh my god, no.
You need to take.
Why are we bringing up that evil
I'm
witch?
sorry. I was just saying, like, the types of people that literally, you don't have to have your CNA or anything like that in some places. You just have to do like CPR and stuff.
Right.
So it's scary to think that they're the ones that's taking care of your loved one. That's all I was.
I know, but come on. She shouldn't even have a name.
I know. Sorry.
I commend and I always say that there is a special place in heaven for us that have cared for our loved ones because it is not easy. It I had a doctor tell me one time when I told him, actually it was my knee doctor, when I started to have to go to the knee doctor, and he asked me like, has something happened? Did you fall? Blah blah. And I told him the story. I said, no, this is what's been going on for 7 years. And he's like, I tell you what. He was like, I want to tell you thank you. And I'm like, huh? He's like, thank you for doing that. He said, because I see so many family members shove their loved ones into a nursing home and they never go back. They
Yep.
never go back to see them, and he said, I commend you. He's like, because you just don't hear of that anymore.
It's
Like,
heartbreaking to
yeah,
see when you work in those places, and um, you're if you're lucky, you get to spend a little time with each of them,
yeah,
and that's all they want is just someone to talk to because their family just put them in there and don't have time for them. Which I know people work and whatever, but it's like I can't imagine like not. I don't know.
well, they don't work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Right. I just couldn't do it, and
Peyton,
I took
you
care of
gotta
my
get later.
uncle also, and he died 3 months before my mom. So that was tried to do CPR 9 minutes, felt like 90 minutes,
Oh god, I bet.
and couldn't save him. So that was pretty hard. But
Yeah, I commend everybody because it's not easy, and especially like I said, I think it's harder because it's your family member, and especially your mom or your dad. I mean, you just watch them dwindle away, and there's nothing you can do. That's the hardest part,
That is true.
and um, but my mom wasn't my mom at the end either. Like, she didn't know me. I mean, she didn't know who I was. She didn't know who any of us was. I don't even know if she knew where she was at. And that was hard. That was hard to watch.
Yeah.
But I know she's at peace. I know she's in a much damn better place than we all are.
Oh, that's for sure.
And I know
I
she wouldn't have
mean,
wanted to live on this earth long not knowing anything because I just know, you know what I mean? Luckily, she didn't, it didn't go on too long after she, like, quit talking and not knowing who we were. Because that would have been, I don't know if I could have stood that very long. Just
Yeah.
staring a hole through me. Like, I'm like, it was hard enough to cope with the fact that after 42 years of, her knowing me my whole life and not knowing me, like, that was hard enough to deal with.
as of right now, there is no new updates on that situation.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything new.
I hope she's.
Yes, they did, but it's right now it's a sad situation. It's not the income or what do you want to call it? The outcome that we all wanted.
Oh, T-Rex is behind, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. T-Rex, go Google it, honey, and it'll give you the update.
You can also put it in the search bar. That's what I did.
Oh yeah.
K. Oh my gosh, I can't even talk.
Rebecca K. Parks.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the search bar on TikTok, and it will bring up. Uh,
Yes, that is true. Kimmy and Rich got bonded out,
Yep.
which I don't even know why they even let Rich out in the first place, but we can't control that.
Oh, T-Rex, you're fine. It'd just be easier if you research it than us going through the whole thing.
well, do you? I mean, not to bring it up, but
Jojo, no, no.
if Kimmy and Rich had any involvement, they would have kept them, right? Like,
Correct.
Yeah.
and if Rich's were just drugs, and they were just using that kind of to keep them in there to get the other people to talk or to get scared by them being in there or something.
Well, what I was told is that the police department was using Kim and Rich for information to get Courtney and Brad put in there.
Say that again.
The police department was using Kimberly and Rich to get information on Courtney and Brad. And now, the fact that they are in jail where they belong.
That's kind of what I figured. I kind of figured that they were holding them until they could get the other two arraigned and basically getting any information that either one of them knew.
Go to my mommy's house.
Which, in the situation that it was and the threat that they both posed,
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. Good morning, Samantha.
Good morning. What's the new updates?
Well, Rich and Kimberly have been bonded out as of right now.
Oh, that's good for Kimberly.
The thing is that we can't control what the bail bondsman does for Rich. So.
Ooh.
Ashley, you're fine. I mean, Nikki, that's very. Well, I don't think that she had anything to do with it, but she lied to a peace officer and she tampered with evidence.
Unfortunately, I think she was forced to do that.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
yeah. So hopefully, um, hopefully they can figure out something for her. And
I've talked to a family member that talked to her. Her phone is still off. I wasn't able to make any contact with her. She's doing all right. She's safe. She's at a location.
I think it was her first offense. She's never been in any trouble, has she?
No.
Okay, yeah, I don't think so.
Her phone is still in evidence. How do you know that?
Oh, Emerson. Her husband was calling her, so hopefully he was able to talk to her and get her to calm down and things like that.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
more than likely they'll keep Kimmy's phone until everything's done and over with.
that could be true.
Yeah.
She should have already pulled everything, and she should have been able to have it back.
I mean, if everything's died down, I mean, if Emerson and her husband are trying to work things out, I mean, that's a plus.
Yeah.
That's why I was woken up, so.
What woke you up, Trust?
Huh.
What woke you up?
Emerson called me crying. But I can understand where she's coming from. I mean, even though that I'm a guy, but no guy should be telling their wife or whoever they love shouldn't have to move out.
Oh, he's trying to make Emerson leave?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And I'm not going to let her go back with her mom because her mom is defending somebody that's on the list, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I mean, that's why she moved to Oklahoma to get away from it.
Hey, wait, whoa. Emerson's in Oklahoma?
Yeah.
I'm in Tulsa. Figure out how far she is from me. I could help her.
Amber, that is right.
Alright, Trust, I gotta hop down. I gotta get my kids to school and stuff.
All right, Cassidy. Well, thank you for kind of helping out.
Yeah, just let her know, like, seriously, if she needs someone to talk to, tell her to message me.
I definitely will.
And, my conversations won't go anywhere. They never have.
Oh, I know. Thank you,
Yeah.
Chastity.
No problem, hon. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.
Man, these are some incredible people. You guys are like the coolest people I've met on this app. Even though that there's some haters out there, but hey, haters are gonna be haters, you know? I don't know. I think that Emerson went to bed finally. She's been up since 3 a.m. taking care of that kid and taking care of herself.
I didn't realize she was in Oklahoma.
Hey, bud, what's up?
Not much. How are you?
Good. Did you see that you made the Krama Talk page where I stuck up, like, what I stuck up for you about?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I don't know. Chef hasn't left me alone just yet, but he will in due time.
Yeah, it'll come. But so I was thinking, as part of Kimmy's bond, she's probably not going to be allowed on social media.
Yeah, that's what her bond is. It's on the paper.
Yeah, I haven't seen a whole lot. I was in some of her family members live as she got released.
Oh yeah, she did.
Yeah, I was on their panels as she was released. And like, I feel bad for her. Like, she was obviously, I don't think she was there, but I think she was manipulated. I feel bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, like I said before, her mom set her up and her mom knows it.
Her mom's crazy. I mean, she is crazy. And I think that with the whole situation, it is so messed up. And then where that poor girl said that Courtney had threatened her and her daughter, I do believe that there was truth behind that.
Well, I'm going back over the videos to see what we missed because what Kimberly said to the police officer is that either Brad or Courtney is the one that hit Rebecca over the head. So I'm going over with the YouTube, going back over all the videos that the news channel has posted.
So, Trust, that night that you were, I mean, you have always been pretty honest with me, but I've never
Yeah.
asked you any personal questions ever, and you know that.
Yep.
But I am gonna ask you one just because, you know, that night that you were with Kimmy, did she confide in you about anything, like being scared or being like anything?
No, all she asked me to do was drive her out there on the 20th to get her wallet and stuff, but she didn't grab that. All she did was grab a jacket, and that was it.
Hmm.
And then I said, "Hey, where's your wallet? You know, where's all your work stuff?" And she says, "Oh, that's in my mom's vehicle." And I said, "Well, hey, go grab it real quick." Well, of course, the mom wouldn't let us back on the property, so that's that.
Right. I mean, but did she even act like she was afraid of her mom? Like show any type of fear?
No, she walked right into her mom's house.
I mean, because I think that there's definitely trauma bond there, and I think that those girls, and this is just, you know, my pure speculation, and I'm sorry, whoever's in the box with me, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think that, you know, because of those girls not having a relationship with their mom for so long, and then this short period of time that they do have a relationship with their mom, that they were just so eager to be loved by her.
That's true. Guys, who was that? Nikki, I'm okay. Me and Nick, I don't know what your real name is, but we're not gonna go there. But she's all right. She's asked me one question. That was it.
And Nicki, not Minaj, I have stuck up for Trust well before this, so I do, like, I've never asked him any questions. I stuck up for him with Chef, so you don't need to come at me because you have no idea how fast I'll come at you. I don't give a damn what your name is.
I know, but it's okay. She asked me one question. That was it. One question.
And I think that that question is valid.
It is valid. It's very valid. Come on.
It was just wondering if there was any type of fear. I'm not sitting here asking any personal questions. So
Right. It's December 4th. Come on. And it's only 6:37 in the morning. We don't need to argue. Okay? She's only asked me one question. And I've been very truthful with this woman. That's all. So let's not attack her or let's not attack each other. We've been on the same page. We agree on one common goal. And that was to get Courtney and Brad locked up. And those common goals were met.
anyway, back to our morning. Back to our morning.
Yeah.
So yesterday was eventful again.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely.
So did you watch the hearing?
Yeah, I did.
And as she rolled out, she said, "Fuck."
Yeah, and she got in trouble for it. Tracy, all I can say is that they got bonded out. That's all I can say.
So the crazy part is she is saying, I need to be out because I am the caregiver of my 14-year-old and I need to take care of him. How can you sit there and say you need to take care of your 14-year-old, but you did what you did to your daughter? That is unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
I mean, both Brad and Courtney, these two individuals. Ow, got hurt, Baron. Their bond was revoked. They are not getting out anytime soon.
They weren't even given bond. Yeah, Brad and Courtney weren't even given anything.
Right. First of all, the 14-year-old boy is no longer in the home. So even if she did get out, she wouldn't be even allowed to see the 14-year-old boy.
No, the judge is saying that the public is not safe around her. And even though she's claiming that she has ties to the community, what ties does she have to the community?
That is a very good question. That's true. She has tried.
Amber, because she's a sick individual. I mean, she is poster child of multiple personality disorder.
Alright, if y'all go replay the video on YouTube, you can hear it in her voice that she's not being severe with her consequences. She literally has tried and tried since she's been sentenced. She's tried to get out.
There's absolutely no remorse. The only time that she showed any type of emotion is the fact that she could not get out to be with the minor child. She showed absolutely no emotion for what she did to Becca. Absolutely no emotion. The only emotion that she showed was when she said fuck when she couldn't get out. And my question is when you read the article and it says that Mr. Bartholomew put Becca in the truck and then it says they unalived her. Well, we know that Courtney,
Players.
yeah, we know that Courtney didn't get back into the woods. You know, what, she didn't take her crutches back there. You know, she wasn't back there. So who is they? You know, who else is involved in this?
What about Rich? I mean, even though that he's the baby daddy.
I don't know. See, so that's she was found right off the. I don't know. She was found right off the road. But there was no red stuff. Yes, it had snowed. It had done whatever. But
Amberson!
that's where she was. That's where she was.
Hold on a second.
Me? Hold on a second.
No.
Okay.
No,
I
my
said
kiddo. I'm
Amberson.
sorry.
No, that's okay. So that's where she was. You know, the people that found her said that they could tell that that was just freshly put there. I don't know. There is no way that Brad moved her by himself. There's no way. And Courtney definitely didn't help. I mean, she didn't hop on one leg. And I'm not saying that to be disrespectful to her disability, when quite frankly, I shouldn't care about her disability. But she didn't help.
I mean,
There's somebody else involved, in my opinion, and they haven't
What-
caught him yet.
what if we're looking at this all wrong? Even though that Brad.
Oh, Courtney is
Did it.
100% guilty. She's the mastermind. But I do believe that it's more than just Courtney and Brad. And I think that Kimmy was manipulated. Maybe Richie didn't know. Maybe, I'm not 100% sure, but I do believe that there is somebody else involved. I 100% do.
Remember, they had a dolly out there too.
Yeah, they did have a dolly.
Wait, what?
They had a dolly in a dog cage.
I do, Amber, I do feel it's weird that Fabian did just know to look out there. I think that is odd, in my opinion. Allegedly. That's too coincidental, in my opinion.
Right, I can understand that. This whole thing is just weird. This whole case, like, you try to put it together from the information you know, and it just sometimes some of it just doesn't make sense, and then you're like, oh wait, but this happened, and then it does make sense, and then it's just I can't keep up with it. It's so hard. It stresses me out.
So I was sitting in a live last night listening, because a lot of times I'll go to sleep, unfortunately, sitting in lives because I'm so interested in this. But they were, Fabian, there was a Facebook post that was shown of him with a black Under Armour hat on. And then there was a picture of a black sweatshirt and a black Under Armour hat that was folded up, that wasn't too far, they said, from Becca's body. And this was from one of the searchers. And the hat is the same one that Fabian had on in that Facebook post.
Yeah.
You're talking about the hat that Jax found.
Yes.
I forgot about the hat. Oh my god.
That's the first that I've heard that.
Oh my god, I forgot about the hat. I remember the hat being found, and I completely forgot about it.
Yes.
Y'all just changed my whole perspective on this whole thing.
I will tell you, I
But
I
he
don't
wasn't
do lives
researching.
myself. The only reason why I came into Trust Live is because I saw how much he was being dragged, and I felt like he needed support and backup because of what was being done to him. I'm really a silent watcher. I don't even I've sat in many different people's lives but have never said anything. I'm just one of those people that collects information and just start, piecing stuff together. But that's one thing last night that literally gave me chills when they were talking about that.
Yeah, Trust was definitely bashed. Actually, he's on, is it the Crama Talk or Crama whatever page where Chef really made him and that, is it K Snaps or whatever, was asking him some very unnecessary questions.
I
Ye-
remember that live, and let me tell you, I wanted to go off on that mother.
I stuck up for him. Yeah. That's actually how I started talking to Trust.
No, and then they tried to blame me. They tried to say that I was involved in this. I didn't know I lived in Michigan.
Neither did I, Emerson.
I don't even
Yeah,
have a working car.
I'll be honest, I'm not on Reddit. I don't care. You want to drag me? I don't care. You can try to look at my background. You're not going to find anything. I've been an upstanding citizen. But yeah, I'm with you. I don't know how Courtney could really, I think she is the mastermind behind everything. And like you said, not, with her disability, I don't know how, I mean, yeah, is it possible she could go in the backwoods? I'd have to go and look because, if she's on crutches, there's going to be crutch marks.
But the thing is, what would be his motive, though? I mean, he's got a job. He's got a kid of his own.
Are you
He's
talking
got money.
who are you talking? Who's the motive?
Fabian.
Fabian. I think it goes way deeper than just the surface level of Rebecca's murder. Or smurder, I'm sorry. Sorry, TikTok, smurder. I think it goes way deeper than this. I mean, I think if you step back and look at the whole picture and how they talk about the compound and the rugs and you unfortunately have I don't know if I can even say this word on here, the intermingling with relatives. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I say that, I think it goes way deeper than just this one incident.
I mean, a lot of people were saying that I was involved, but the thing is that I could say for a shadow of a doubt that I was home the whole entire time, because what I learned it was through 9 and 10 News, and I learned it through Kimberly. But Kimberly did not tell me nothing. When I picked her up from the day that she went to her mom's, she did not say one word to me. The whole car ride was silent.
So what was the date, if you don't mind me? I mean, was it after Becca went missing? Don't tell me the date, nothing. Just was it just yes or no? Was it after Becca had gone missing?
No.
So it was before. I do, and this is just my opinion, and allegedly, I do think that Kimberly was very manipulated in this situation. I would like to know who this Don Juan is.
I talked to him yesterday.
Because he was in that live last night. and was saying that she has to go back, I think, Tuesday, and that Kimberly had a meeting in a judge's chamber. And that he said, mark my words, Tuesday, everything will be dropped. So he knows stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. Was I at Pages about Rebecca and where she could be? No, I was not at Pages.
Well, and Amy Lynn, yes, moving a body is a felony, but that's what Courtney and Brad are being charged with.
Where did the Don come from all of a sudden? Nobody knows where he came from. Hanging in there the best that they can.
I hope I didn't run Emerson off.
No. Her flippin' husband called her again.
Mrs. Moreland, that's down there. She's a sweet girl.
Me and her used to go to school together.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I know who she is.
So, no, I thought that was interesting last night about that whole hat situation.
Was I on here all night long? No. I was sleeping, but when a friend needs me, a friend needs me.
I mean, going back to, with Fabian coming out of the woodwork, then you have this Richard Fisher.
Which
being
is
called in.
Courtney's uncle or something, or first cousin, or second cousin, whatever.
I don't know. Everybody's related at this point.
Yeah.
I think. So then you have Richard Fisher coming in. You have, all of these people coming in. What I'm saying is Courtney calling all of these people in after Rebecca goes missing to do her favors. How do we know that Courtney didn't call in Fabian? You know what I mean? We don't know that. So how do we know that she didn't call in Fabian and say, hey, there's searchers meeting tomorrow, maybe you need to go? We don't know. Because did anybody see Fabian before that?
No.
So it's Courtney obviously is the mastermind here. If you look at her charges, it says that she is the one that did the premeditation. She's the one that did all the research. She's the one that organized this. So I wouldn't be surprised if she organized. I mean, Richard admitted that she's the one that called him.
So dude, you're going bye-bye.
So, I mean, it would make sense that she's the one that, until Fabian says otherwise.
Right. And you got to also look at the charges and realize that through the investigation, and the evidence they've collected, and if all electronics, they seized all the electronics, and they go in and they can look at those all that stuff, and even if Courtney searched that stuff up on her, let's say she searched it up on her phone, they're going to know she was the one that searched it up.
Yeah,
'Cause even if they tried to delete any of that,
yeah, I
they
forget
have a
exactly how it's worded, where it pretty much shows that she's the one that it did all the research. I can pull it up.
yeah. No, I believe you, and that's I just woke up, so it's like I'm trying to get my mind together still, but no, I just it's such a sad. It's honestly, it's just such a sad situation. It's crazy.
Yes, Rich and Kimmy are out. Yes.
And there was that article that Rich's dad did. Did you see that, Just Nicole? I think that's what your name. Where it was, or I'm sorry, I only see part of your name in the screen.
It's Nikki, but no, my name is Nicole, but it's okay.
Okay.
Same difference.
So his dad sat down, and there was a news article where they interviewed him.
Yeah.
And it talks about her, Rebecca, leaving the house in the middle of the night, and there's a grandchild that sleeps on a green chair, and she had to have him move it so she could get through.
Mhm.
So, and then he states in the article that he went to wake up Richie the next morning, went to knock on the door, and he wouldn't let him in. So it's like, it makes me, and this is just my speculation and allegedly, and just my mind thinking, at some point, did he leave the house in the middle of the night, and his dad didn't know, Richard Sr., whatever it is, didn't know because he was, in bed asleep, and the grandkid could have fallen asleep. He wouldn't have known. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes into play here that you don't know if he left in the middle of the night to go help too.
Yeah, and so I thought about that as well. So if he's knocking on the door and not letting his own father in, especially at 43 years old, when you're living in your father's house, I understand, yeah, you want privacy, but at 43 years old, you're living in your father's house. There's a reason you're not letting him in the door, okay? And if you're worried because your significant other is not coming home, you're not letting him in because your significant other is not coming home and you're worried about her. There's a reason you're not letting somebody in your door. I'm not saying that it's because he was involved. It's because you don't want your dad to see something.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. There's just so much that,
Whether he was doing something at that moment, because we do know that there is a history of, substance abuse, or it's because he was trying to hide something. So just, what is it? But there was a reason that he was not opening that door. Just again, so if you're worried that your significant other is not coming home, I'd be opening the door. I would be out looking for my significant other if it was unusual that she's not coming home.
right? What's the matter, Trust?
Yeah.
Kim's not allowed to have her phone unless that the police say otherwise.
So, Mrs. Moreland, I would assume that they still have her phone because it's an open investigation.
Yeah, they do still have Kimmy's phone.
Denise, that's your own opinion, but everybody else have their own. I mean, come on now. He is a offender.
I'm not saying that Rich was involved. I'm just saying that there was a reason he wasn't opening the door. Whether it was because of substance abuse and he was doing something, but his dad was knocking on the door and he was refusing to open it. That's what we're getting at.
Yeah.
Not that he was doing something, that had anything to do with Becca's disappearance. His dad just stated that he was knocking on the door and he was refusing to open it. There was a reason he was refusing to open the door. And at 43 years old, when you're living in your father's house, it's called respect. Sorry, I would never disrespect my elderly father like that. Just being blatantly honest. So.
Well, and I wouldn't. How can I put this?
I don't know how old that witch is. She shouldn't even have a name.
Well, in that article too, wasn't he knocking on the door to say? And I could be wrong. Miss, please, tell me if I'm wrong. Wasn't he knocking on the door to tell Rich that she was missing?
I can't. I've had my brain's taken in so much information.
If Chastity's still in here, I think she'd be able to tell us.
I think so. I'd have to go back and reread that article again.
And what I think about the whole situation, honestly, there's more players in this situation.
Oh, I agree. I think that, and that's what I was saying, Travis, where I think it goes way, way deeper than just a surface level. And I think that more and more is going to come out, and more people. I think there's going to be more charges, actually. The longer it goes, the more that the investigation goes on.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And stuff. Hey, Chastity,
She'll be able to tell.
Yeah, I'll let you ask her.
Hey, so no, it didn't specifically say he was knocking on the door to let them, or to make him aware she was missing. It's just that I guess he got up that morning and saw that his door was closed and locked and knocked on the door, and Rich would not let him in. And he asked what was wrong, and he said, I've been up all night trying to find Becca because I can't get a hold of her. That's what Rich said. So I guess, Dad just got up in the morning, just, maybe that's a routine, I don't know. But that's how that went down.
This card won't start.
Mine started.
I think you'd be able to.
Sorry, it's mine.
She said it's mine.
Yeah,
I'm on the way to take kids to school.
Yeah,
morning,
I'm
Brady.
taking kids to school too.
Yeah, but I honestly like reading that because I had to read that article like 3 times. I feel Dad's timeline is off. I feel like he is confused on some things, or didn't maybe got some times mixed up for his, we have to remember he has stage 4 cancer, which means he's on a lot of medication.
Not only that, a lot of people need to take into consideration. My uncle was murdered. Okay, so
Yeah.
I've dealt with news and the newspaper. Sometimes you have to watch what they're writing because they do like to switch shit up.
Yes, and in this case, they have gotten so much shit wrong
twisted.
that it's been crazy. Yes. Yep. So I
morning,
take that
Brady.
article with a grain of salt.
So
Yes.
this is the part of the article that stood out to me was the chair.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
the
remember in the
grandson.
beginning when we heard about who all lived in that house, that there was also a friend that lived there that was also an RSO and was always sitting in a chair. But now Dad's saying that it's a grown grandkid? Like what?
And said that he had to get up and move the chair so that she could get by, but he didn't have to move the chair again.
So my thing, even though, okay, so it was a grandchild that had to move the chair. So, is this his grandchild of legal age, or is he still a minor? Because as a registered sex offender or SMEX offender, sorry, I hate to, he is. You're not supposed to be around minor children.
Well, another thing is too, Michigan laws. It all depends on what the charges are when it comes to registry and being around.
Well,
that's the only bad thing about Michigan. Michigan can put regulations on a registry that are like, well, this person can stay in the house because he only offended females. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it did say that it was great. I do remember reading grown. So I took that as of age.
Yeah, and someone said, what does that have to do with anything? Well, so what they were saying is that Rebecca got up, they had to move the chair so she could get through, but he didn't have to move the chair again. She was the only one that went
and
through
honestly,
the door.
People are asking, what does it have to do with anything? It has a lot to do with everything because them were her last moments. Them were her last moments and the last people that seen her.
Yeah, and the timeline that they're writing in that article does not match up with the timeline that we've all been given. That's how it has to do with it.
Yes.
And here's my thing. That his dad didn't have anybody in his ears. Everybody was away.
Nope.
Right?
Yep.
And I tend to think that what he said was probably a little more of the truth because he didn't have anybody in his ear chirping to tell him what to do.
Agree.
And he didn't know what was probably already, I don't know. I mean, maybe he was trying to provide an alibi. I don't know. But I'll tell you, I don't know. In this case, who knows?
Yep.
Well, just like I don't exactly because I do not believe I don't believe the story that Brad gave the cops either that Courtney picked her up and then when they got there they put her in a different car and then they took her out to the woods and blah blah blah. I don't believe that.
Yeah, I don't.
I believe that was
either.
done in the house.
I don't believe it either because they're saying that there's videos that area was searched Saturday and there was nothing there.
Exactly. They searched that area at 7 a.m. the same day they found her. And she wasn't there.
Right. So they're still lying.
Absolutely.
Chastity, think about it.
Yeah.
They had to have done it at the house because if you didn't do it at the house, why would you throw out the couch? Why would carpet be ripped up? Why would the house smell like bleach? Because so many people have said that house was filthy and it stunk. And another thing, if you think about if they took her out to the woods and did it, all the red loss, how would they clean that up or wash it away? I mean, I get that there are animals that would come and probably, lick that stuff up, but there would still be some sort of a trace, I believe.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Wholeheartedly.
And I think that just as we were probably all shocked when they were in rain the other day, because I'm not going to lie, I told Chastity we had talked off the app. I wasn't expecting that. And I think that there's going to be a lot of things that we weren't expecting come out.
Yeah, because my thing is the whole torture charge. Brad must have been saying something because somebody was speaking because how did they know she was tortured?
Oh, I definitely.
Brad speaking. And I noticed that Courtney was, I'll work with the prosecutor. Oh, I bet you will, honey. I bet you will.
Oh, yeah, because she knows her butt is hung now. That was, if people really sit back and listen, that speaks of volumes. And You know, when you're
Yes.
when you're
Yes.
in a situation like that, and you know, oh, you have that oh shit moment of we've been caught, you're gonna sell out to save your own ass.
Yeah.
The medical farmer?
I bet they mean the medical coroner.
Right.
Yeah, that's hard for me to even think about. I worked in the medical field for 15 years, and there were cases that happened in our town that involved children, and I can't even imagine the torture that she went through and with them. And honestly, it's as bad as this sounds. I almost pray that they drugged her up so that she didn't have to feel so much pain. I mean,
Right. Right.
I'll tell you a case that happened here in my town.
Get my coffee up.
There were some people that were on the math, and it was this baby wasn't even 2 years old, and they had mathed up that baby and ripped out her teeth and threw her
Oh,
downstairs.
God.
It was horrendous, and unfortunately, the mother of this girl I went to school with, we were friends at one time, and she trusted me enough to tell me stuff that just literally made me sick to my stomach. And the bad thing about it is they sold out the boyfriend, and her daughter only got 3 years in prison.
Mm.
That's so hard. Horrible.
So,
Horrible.
I really, I can't even imagine. I don't want to imagine what Becca went through with the torture, because that is brutal. I don't know if I do believe in a higher power, and I pray that that higher power came back down and reached in and took Rebecca's soul while all that was going on, in hopes that she did not feel any pain.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh, or Winnie Pooh, I definitely think our court system are broken. I think our DCF, our social, that are supposed to be looking out for children, I think that system is broken.
Our court system and throughout all of Michigan is definitely broken. I live in Bay City. Like I said, my uncle was murdered.
Yeah.
And my uncle tried getting a PPO against the person that murdered him and was denied the day he was murdered.
Yeah, and there's another creator on here that I am friends with and talk to off of this app. And, she gets really irritated with, and it's on the lesbian side of TikTok, all those, they go and put PPOs on each other and, stalking orders. They're instantly running, to the courts, getting these for shit that's happened over this stupid app. But, her sister, just like you said, did you say it was your uncle?
Yeah, my uncle.
So, her sister was trying to get a PPO, and the stupid the court system wouldn't grant it to her. And you know what inevitably happened? She was in a DV situation, and she got stabbed to death.
Yeah, it's wild. My uncle had actually went to the probation officer, the person that murdered him, and the probation officer said, "Oh, he won't do anything. He's on paper." And the next day, my uncle was murdered.
So, Brandy, I was told that case that you and I did together, I don't want to say it out loud in case the ex-wife's case is reopened, after the trial. But I was told that that the ex-husband, or that the husband, when he found his ex-wife unalived or whatever, that he actually, when he left his house, when he had an inkling that his ex-wife was no longer, alive, that he started a Snapchat and was videotaping himself from his house all the way to her house and climbed in the window just so he had an alibi.
Yeah, I knew that he recorded. I knew he recorded.
Yeah, the whole time, just so he had an alibi.
I hope that gets reopened.
And the person that I was told this by said that he has no idea what the police did with it, being that the husband had connections with the police.
Yeah, I excuse me. I just got up and I'm off today. That's why I'm on panel. My grandchildren have a program. But just like in that case, like this case, like, you guys were talking about getting POs and domestic violence. I mean, it's everybody on this app, probably on this side of the app, knows that that's kind of my thing is DV. And the case that she's talking about, it was the first missing persons case that I ever shared a flyer about or talked about anything. And it was DV. And to hear you guys talk about the POs and all that, about people going to get stuff and then things happening to them. I mean, in this case as well, I mean, even if, let's just hypothetically say that he did not, the spouse did not do anything related to this, we have been told by multiple people, and it's hearsay, but we've been told that there was a lot of DV that was involved in Rebecca's case. Now, like I said, that's, we don't have Rebecca's side of the story, but we have lots of people who have said there was DV involved. And go ahead.
That's why I kind of believe Dad, and then I don't, because if you remember, he says, they argued a lot, but there was no physical altercations.
And I don't believe that.
See, I don't believe that either, because then it makes you wonder what kind of person was the father as well, that he's going to stick up for his son. You know what I mean?
Isn't he an RSO too?
That I'm not sure of. I mean, I can do some digging and find out.
Okay, because I could be wrong, but I thought that's
because that's
what
one
we
thing.
Found out.
So that's one thing that I personally can tell you. And I've talked about it before with Brandy. My biological father is the biggest piece of crap in the world, but that's one thing that he is not. He is not a woman beater, and if he ever found out that one of my brothers ever laid their hand on a woman, he would never allow it. And if he ever found out that one of my brothers he would whoop their ass, and never would he ever cover for one of my brothers if they did something like that. So if a man is going to cover for their son
knowing something like that, and in that case that Brandy and I covered,
Yeah, Chas was there too. You may just not have realized.
okay, so then there you go. You had the ex-wife where her own father was covering and bailing the gentleman out. Her own father.
Yep. Yep.
So-
he sure did. After he got picked up for those charges, he went and got him out.
Yes, and that was her
Really
father.
said it. Rich Senior is an RSO. Yes.
And it's just like with my past, not with myself, but with my abuser, Ruggs was involved. And I think that anytime that's involved, I don't think there's data to prove it. It does increase the chances
Absolutely.
of DV. So
Yeah.
And it intensifies it as well.
it does. It does. Because he never did anything to me when he wasn't on Ruggs.
That's the same with my ex-husband. Yeah, it intensifies it, and the monsters come out,
It does.
especially when they need the next fix.
Yes, I was
Yep.
just going to say that.
Yep.
Well, and especially because when there are rugs involved, there's a lot of paranoia that's
Yep.
Mhm.
an addict. I come from a back. My mom's side is alcoholic and rug addiction, and so you got that paranoia that sets in. Number one, when they're on it, and then two, like you said, Nikki. When they don't have that next fix, they get the rage of anger because they need that next fix.
Absolutely.
Winnie Pooh said something. Trust, are you there? He's probably able to rest right now, guys. He's probably been up all night.
He
Well,
feels
yeah.
really safe, okay?
Yeah, he got up. Somebody called him because they needed a friend, and he woke up, and we just took over his panel.
Sorry, Chris.
No, he's probably resting because it's peaceful and no one's.
No one's coming after him. Yeah.
Right. They're not interrogating him 24/7.
Yeah, you do not. You really don't. You don't know a person, and it can, and it can also, DV doesn't. So, like in my case, like it didn't start off that way until there was an injury where there was prescriptions because of pain, which wasn't enough.
Right here, guys.
You're back.
I
Trust.
am.
You okay?
No, I got a migraine from hell.
Why don't
Oh.
you cut the live off and go to bed?
Get you a big old glass of water.
Did you take anything for it?
You got a migraine, staring at the phone isn't going to help, buddy.
Yeah.
We'll all jump to somebody else's live.
Or one of us can go live and you can come chill in their beam.
Now, just try to get my migraine under control before I do anything else.
Yes.
Yes.
I agree.
Get you some rest.
Yeah.
It's been a long, long time. I mean,
We'll all be here when you wake up, Trust.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, buddy.